Hi everyone, I'm Zach Reinhardt, and I'm here in my hotel in Cleveland. I just went and saw Boris live, and I wanted to talk about that a bit. Boris is a long-standing punk and noise rock and all sorts of different types of metal and rock music generally band. They do shoegaze, they've even done like noise music and stuff and like drone metal and doom stuff, and they're really kind of all over the place, and I guess they should be since they've been around for 20 something years now. But they're on tour here in America and Canada, and they're touring to celebrate the 10th anniversary of their 2006 album Pink. Pink is a noisy, heavy, kind of muddy, just loud mess of an album that's great. It's definitely one of the best albums of its year, and it's also just one of those highlight albums for Boris that's really good. I don't think it's my favorite Boris album, but it's definitely up there. But yeah, so it's 10th anniversary. They're on tour celebrating it, and I just went and saw them down at the Grog Shop here in Cleveland. The Grog Shop's one of my favorite venues here in Cleveland. It's small but open, very open. You can fit a surprising amount of people in there, and the stage is like 2 feet off the ground, and you can get just like right up in front of the band, which is what I did. There were a couple people in front of me, but I was pretty up close, and I got a T-shirt. But yeah, so Earth is another very long-standing rock band, and they were the opener, which I was a little surprised by because there was supposed to be a band called Shitstorm, which is some grindcore band that I'd never heard of, but grindcore is always really fun live, so I was kind of excited to have some grindcore, but they didn't play unless they, for some reason, played after Boris and after I left, but that would be really weird. But yeah, so Earth came out. I'm not super familiar with Earth. Like, I know what kind of music they make. I'd heard a few songs. I know they've been around for a while. I know who they are, but I don't like own any Earth albums. And they were pretty good. I wasn't blown away, but they were solid. They have these really long, like 20-minute, it seems, songs. I think they played like 5 songs over the course of like an hour that they were on stage. And yeah, so with bands like that, you get really, you almost get into like a trance. The same thing happened with me when I went to see Swans live, though Swans doesn't keep you in the trance. They kind of put you in it for a while, and then they kind of shock you out of it. Earth just kind of puts you in this slow trance where you just want to close your eyes and kind of wave back and forth to the music, and they just keep you there for the whole song. Their guitar tones are very classic rock inspired. They aren't really a metal band, but their music is so kind of heavy and slow and brooding and doomy that they have a lot of metalhead fans, and they kind of run in a lot of circles with metal bands. But I don't know if I'd really call them metal myself. They're like, I don't know, maybe drone rock or something. But yeah, so the drums were really slow and heavy, and like each hit really kind of resonated because it was so kind of spaced out from every other hit. And it was kind of funny to see them count off the songs because like they'll take the sticks and they go like 1, 2, 3, 4, but this it was like 1, 2, 3, 4. uh, but yeah, they were pretty good. I didn't really know any of the songs. I'm not super familiar with Earth, like I said. But yeah, I wasn't blown away by Earth, but they were solid. And then Boris came on. Uh, Boris Boris blew me away. They were really good. They had a little bit of some mixing issues at the beginning, which is, it just comes with the territory of being in the live setting. You couldn't really hear the vocals at all at the beginning, and they were still very quiet later into the show, but they were at least like audible. And in the like first couple songs, the bass that Takashi was playing was so quiet that when Wada would switch from her low rhythm guitar up to solo, there was like it felt like a whole instrument dropped out because the bass wasn't really making up for the amount of space Wada's rhythm guitar was playing, and it just felt like there was this sudden empty space in the song. And while all of that was still noticeable later in the show, they cleaned it up as much as they could without cutting any of Wada's volume. And you don't want to cut any of Wada's volume. Like, no offense to Wada herself, but her guitar playing was the sexiest thing I saw at that concert. She's not a super flashy guitar player. She doesn't like shred and sweep all over. Um, she plays relatively slow solos, even in the much faster, more aggressively paced songs. Her guitar solos are tortured and kind of brooding. They almost feel like her guitar is like screaming in pain at what she's doing to it. But what really makes Wada's solos so great is just the tone of her instrument. Uh, I got a picture of her pedal board while I was there, um, which I haven't really looked at much yet. I'm gonna definitely check it out and probably post it up on Reddit or something. But yeah, whatever she's got on that pedal board, it sounds amazing, and she really knows how to use it as well. And of course, the drums were great too. I don't think I ever really realized just how distinctive Atsuo's drum playing was on Pink until I saw it live, and he just was so true to the sound that it's like every note he hit, every fill that he played just felt really familiar. And beyond that, he's also just a really good drummer. Um, he played aggressively and with a lot of energy the whole show. He was really kind of bombastic the whole time, and I don't know how he does it. I mean, I play drums, and it ain't easy. He also had this like huge fucking gong behind him that would get out these giant mallets and bang on. It was like part of crowd interaction because he would like hit the gong and then point all at us, and we would yell. Um, it was just a really high energy, fun show that had me banging my head and jumping around and yelling. The crowd was a little bit of a buzzkill at times. They just didn't seem like all that excited about Boris. Like there were a lot of people, a surprising amount of people who were just kind of stood there with their arms crossed. Oh, yes, yes, this is a band that's playing in front of me. Like this is fucking Boris, dude. The Boris. Get hype, jump around or something. But yeah, so no mosh pits or anything like that. But yeah, so I stood up there. I was right up in the front, and I was just banging my head and jumping around as much as I could. And to bring it back to Wada, when she would actually start soloing, I would get so kind of enraptured by her guitar playing that I would forget to move, and I would just kind of slowly stop whatever I was doing and just kind of stare at her. I was situated like right in front of her in the crowd, so it was a really cool experience to see her play and to see the whole band play. I haven't talked a huge amount about Takashi, and that's kind of because he was playing bass most of the time, and Wada was just so loud on her guitar, and the vocals and the bass really kind of played a more background role in the show. He was definitely kind of the backing instrumentation for what Wada and Atsuo were doing. But I mean, that's not to take anything away from him. He played great. He has that double necked bass slash guitar, and he was loud and high energy, and his hair was fucking everywhere. Um, and he was wild. He like leaned into the crowd when they started playing electric, and he like leaned into the crowd and like forced his guitar out there, and he like came within inches of hitting this dude in the face. He kind of like jolted back with this like surprised expression on his face, but it was okay. But yeah, he almost slammed some dude in the nose with his guitar. But yeah, Boris and Earth, they're on tour. They still have some more dates. They're going out West Coast next, I think. They're going to like Grand Rapids, Michigan, then Chicago, then they're heading out to the West. So they'll be in like Portland, Seattle, and then they're coming down the coast to like LA and just all through California and the West Coast. Um, and of course the like area in between, kind of mountain time. Like I think they're going to Colorado, Denver, Colorado, and like Kansas and Wisconsin. But yeah, definitely if you were in that kind of war path that's coming towards you, check out this show. It's great. I mean, it was only like $20 for the ticket, so totally worth it. But yeah, so I've got to go. I've got to get packed up and go to Chicago because there's another show I'm seeing in Chicago before I can finally return home on Sunday. But yeah, I'll make a video about the Chicago show as well because it is another Japanese artist and I cover Japanese music and I'm not doing a review this week, so you get these little live reviews. I guess you could call them a review. I'm really just kind of rambling, but yeah, so I will see you guys tomorrow, though I might upload both of the videos on the same day, but it will be a different day for me. So yeah, peace.